This summer, we held the first ever ManSask Youth Talent Show. It was an opportunity for you to share your God-given talents with us. Our ManSask young people are so gifted, and we were blessed by those who shared. Today, we are very excited to share with you the winners of the Never Alone Talent Show. Congratulations to Vanessa Weens, who won in the category of Poetry and Spoken Word. She is 15 years old and she lives in Morden, Manitoba. Vanessa began writing poems at the age of 12 and now has written over 100 original poems. She was inspired to write this poem when she was going through a difficult time during this current COVID-19 pandemic. She writes, "These words came to my mind and gave me some comfort. I hope that they can give others who are struggling with something some comfort too." Let's listen to Vanessa as she reads her poem.
Freedom, oh freedom, is the best kind of life. Even if I was your queen, with silver and gold, silver and gold. But with you, oh, with you, what a dreadful sort. I would rather run straight to my Lord. He would hold me in his hands and lift me up. I would be free from all my pain, so I would rather be a free woman than spend a lifetime with you, even if I was your queen, with silver and gold, silver and gold. Oh, how I do not understand your tricks. The people you lie to are on the wrong path. So I will not be fooled. My Lord has saved me. He lifts me up when I need to see. You would only shove me down deeper than I wanted to be. So how, oh my Lord, I wish to be your pilgrim, because I know that you will save me.
Next, we would like to share with you the winner in the category of Fine Arts. Jaren Joyce Mabanagas is 14 years old and lives in Winnipeg, Manitoba. She loves to paint images of God's creation, and it helps her to appreciate God's love for us all. She says, "Growing up, I always loved watching the sunset and have an unconditional love for animals. I've always been an adventurous person, and I love to be outside to appreciate God's beautiful creation. I hope that when others look at my painting, they will be reminded that there is always a beautiful sunset waiting for them at the end of the day. I also hope that my art encourages others to try new things." Lastly, we would like to share with you the winners of the short movie category. This group is called Aroba Films and contains the brother and sister duo of Seth and Shanna Aroba from Regina, Saskatchewan. Seth has been making films for about a year, but started video editing and taking photography at about 3 years ago. Following the theme of Never Alone, this film is based on the story of a young lady and her experience with mental illness and her faith. When we asked Seth what he hoped people would get from the film, his response was, "Mental illness is not common in Christian houses and is usually frowned upon. We are made to think that Christians are not supposed to suffer from mental illness. Through this film, I am hoping to break the stigma and raise awareness. As Christians, there is no shame of being mentally ill, and it is not wrong to seek medical help. God placed these people in our lives to be His hands. I am hoping that people with mental illness would reach out for help without the feeling of being judged. mental illness does not make one less of a Christian. Mental illness is not one's end. Through this film, I want to remind everyone that through failures and victories, He still sees us as beautiful. We are His children, and we will never be alone in this journey called life.
When the body and mind are exhausted, our first instinct as human beings is to sleep. The body and mind need its rest. For most people, sleep is the time to recharge for tomorrow. But in my case, sleep is like a death sentence. Going to sleep means welcoming my own death. I was born in a Christian home. I grew up memorizing Bible verses, listening to Bible stories for bedtime. It was an ideal home, a loving, Christ-centered home. I have a mind that is deeply rooted in God's Word. So how is it possible that I am seeing shadows at night? Shadows that wakes me up in the middle of the night, choking me till I ran out of breath. I lay awake at night with my unwanted thoughts running viciously in my mind. I stay up all night to hide from my shadows. I was then diagnosed with bipolar disorder too. I didn't tell anyone, not even my family. 2 a.m., my eyes are tired. I am tired, but I cannot sleep just yet. The sun hasn't shone, the shadow is still lurking in the darkness. No matter what I do, the shadow is still there. I have a relationship with the Lord. I love Him with all my heart. But even I am confused to why I am seeing shadows, why I am having suicidal thoughts. I am not supposed to have these kinds of thoughts. I think of my death all the time. Maybe when I stop breathing, the shadow will leave me alone. I feel guilty for even thinking of ways to disappear. My mind screamed for help so loud, but no one heard me. No one heard me. I am all alone, wearing a fake smile around, but deep inside, I was dying. I am all alone. If there is a shadow, there is light somewhere, and I just have to look for it. But no, I didn't have to look for it. It was there all along. Jesus never left me. So in that moment, I knew I needed help, because I am not defeated. I am God's masterpiece, and this is not the end of my story. We as imperfect human beings are supposed to hurt, to feel the pain, to grieve and cry all we want. The pain that we're feeling is nothing compared to what God has in store for us. He is going to meet us right where we are. Let it hurt and cry it out until we can say, enough is enough. I will no longer hide and finally be the conqueror God has made me to be. Jesus is the light. He loved me even when I was still in my mother's womb. He has seen my ugly past. And in times where I chose the world and break His heart, He proudly proclaimed to the whole world that I am worthy to die for. My moment of weakness is also my time of restoration. When we feel weak, we should hold on to the greatest source of strength. When we run out of love, we run to the one who never runs dry. Seek God, for He is love. Our brokenness can be our breakthrough. Wait and stay. We must stay guarded and focus our eyes on Jesus. Our faith would be our greatest weapon. Hold on to His promises, promises that are clearly found in the Bible. We are not alone. He hears us when we cry out to Him. He hears us. When we are near our end, we must ask Him to use us more. No matter how many wounds we have, He's proud to be seen with us. Our story will tell the whole world how God's love can heal the deepest wounds and can cover the broken, missing pieces. We are not our illness. We are God's children. Our future is secured even if we can't see anything happening yet. We just have to trust and obey. We have to keep going, putting our faith in Him, leaning to His everlasting love, and we will be filled with new mercies every morning, a new hope.
That was powerful. Thank you to Seth and the entire Yoruba Film Group. That concludes our winners for this year's Never Alone talent show. Thank you to the contributors, and thank you so much for sharing your talents with us. Keep using your talents for the Lord, and don't be afraid to share it with others. ManSask is talented.